My fellow co-chairs and I are pleased to issue an interim statement on behalf of the Multinational Observer Group. This statement will be published online and hard copies will be provided to you today. The Multinational Observer Group, I'll shorten it and call it MOG, was invited by the Government of Fiji to observe the 2022 Fijian general election. This is the third time that Australia, India and Indonesia have been asked to co-lead the MOG. It has been a privilege to contribute to this important civic process. The MOG is made up of participants from 16 countries and 2 regional organisations, the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat and the Melanesian Spearhead Group. MOG observers have been on the ground in Fiji, observing every step of this election since the writ was issued on the 31st of October. For Election Day on the 14th of December, the Multinational Observer Group deployed 90 observers across Fiji. We also deployed observers across the country for pre-polling from the 5th to 9th of December. The MOG has had unrestricted access to observe key elements of the electoral process to date. At the time of issuing this interim statement, the observers are attending the National Count Centre and National Results Centre here in Suva to observe the counting and tallying of votes. The summary of findings. We note the following summary of our findings as set out in the interim statement. The MOG did not observe any significant irregularities or issues during pre-polling, postal voting or election day voting. The MOG assesses that Fijian voters were able to exercise their right to vote freely. The Fijian Election Office has built upon lessons learnt from delivering the 2014 and 2018 general elections to improve its administration and operation effectiveness. And this includes significant efforts to expand voter awareness to support voters in exercising their right to vote. The MOG observed the functions and operations of the Fijian Elections Office to be technically proficient and assesses that it was well prepared to deliver a transparent and credible electoral process in a professional manner. The MOG notes that many non-government stakeholders reported that they had concerns regarding increased restrictions on some previously available formats of election-related activities and discourse ahead of the election. Voting took place in a calm and peaceful environment. The MOG observed that persons with disabilities were actively assisted to vote during pre-poll and on election day. Counting proceeded in a systematic, methodical and transparent manner consistent with the pre-published FEO guidelines. And on the evening of 14th of December, the FEO immediately reported to the MOG an anomaly in its FEO results app presenting provisional results, which was rectified. The publication of updates of final results has been slower than anticipated due to additional quality control processes. The final report will be issued in the first quarter of 2023, which will include a more detailed assessment of our observations and will include any recommendations we have to further strengthen Fiji's democratic election processes.